Most of us have never questioned whether the water we drink from the tap at home or from a public fountain is safe. At least I know I haven't. But the disaster in Flint sparked awareness and investigation.
You'll see there are two holes in the roof, one where the lightning struck, I just showed you, and then another one. This is where the crews went in, cut a hole in the roof to help vent some of that smoke out. Now, we understand that there'll be some assessing done this afternoon to see just how much damage was done, but at this point it's very much contained to the second floor in the attic. Dan and Dia, good morning. I can tell you several dozen firefighters are still here on the scene. They're working to mop up the fire. Take a look at this building. I know it's dark. We are being told to stay back for our safety, but I can tell you from my vantage point, the stairwell here is charred from the first floor all the way up through the roof. 12 units in this building in all are affected. That's about 24 residents.
Since last week, they've had about 14 of these car break-ins, and they all appear to be crimes of opportunity. The crooks pretty much peering inside of the cars to see whatever they can find in plain sight. Now, in a number of these crimes, a lot of things have been stolen, from purses to small bags, cell phones, even laptops, and police are sending out a major warning this morning. Of course, if you can, try to park in an area like this with a lot of lighting, and if you're in a shopping mall similar to this one, make sure you try to park near a door, the front door, if you can, and of course, always keep those doors locked. But the most important thing, never leave those items in plain sight. If you have something important like a bag, always keep it locked up in the trunk. That's key number one, keep it out of plain sight. Now, this investigation is ongoing this morning. At this point, police aren't sure if these crimes are connected, but that is something that they plan to look into.
That fix, they say, is simply a traffic light, and that is why more than 300 people have signed this petition on change.org asking Pasco County leaders to step up and make this intersection safer. It's a little dark, but I want to try to show you what's going on here. Island Drive. This is a very busy road here as drivers zoom up and down it at 55 miles an hour or more. Well, Handcart Road is where there's a stop sign. This truck here is pulling right up to the stop sign, and this driver either wants to go left or right onto Island. Well, in rush hour, you can imagine how crazy this intersection is, and drivers we talk to say it's like a game of cat and mouse.
There are now 18 homes damaged. They expect that number to climb as they move through the day and people really start to come out to see damage to their homes. And it says everything from very small damage to major damage, like behind me where this wall has come off of a storage unit. This here that I'm standing next to, this is actually the roof from this home to my right. And as you continue down, as we step through the damage path here, you can see this home to our right as well. That roof is down to the side, and that home and the roof up in the tree, well, that is actually from a home on the other side of this shed right here, and you can see damage in between as well. That home that's on the other side of the shed, the only one that is completely damaged this morning, but it's aluminum still coming through the park, as you can see, wrapped around that picnic table. And as you really come down to the main road on the other side of this oak tree where that roof is, you can start to see more of the damage. Storage sheds blown apart, tree limbs down in the middle of the roadway. This community trying to come together this morning. We talked to some of those residents this morning and said they've been here for 10+ years and they've never seen anything like this.
Police tell us that there are several things that you can do to prevent becoming a victim. Number one, always make sure you lock that door. And if you have valuables or anything important inside the car, make sure you take them out. And put those things in the trunk and out of plain sight. Now, at this point, police aren't sure if these crimes are connected, but that is something that they will be looking into. For now, reporting live in St. Pete this morning, Rodney Dunnigan, ABC Action News.
Home crowd behind him, what happens?
They get off to a good start. That's what they have to do. Get off to a good start, get the crowd into it. We know the crowd's going to be loud anyway.
75 years of airplane history right here at Lakeland's Airport, including this one from what we were guessing. The Swamp Fox is probably, what, 1941, 1943, something like that?
Absolutely. About 1943, this airplane came online as the world's #1 premier fighter that helped us win World War II. And the cool thing is, not only we have that and all the other airplanes that flew in the war, but we got the really awesome, newest technology on the planet.
Well, that's exactly right, Dan. In fact, out of the 31 cars tested, only one was rated as good. Now, obviously, drivers should be concerned by this, and car makers should take this as a major warning. You mentioned during the last court case, Hulk Hogan was awarded more than $140 million. This would essentially put this company out of business. Now, in just a couple of hours, both sides will be walking right into these courthouse doors to fight it out once again.
It's been the same way each time. The problem that Gawker has is they've never been able to accept responsibility for what they did initially. and they continue in that same vein.
Back out here live at Orange Theory, we actually have the manager of Orange Theory here. She's donating. The process pretty simple. It only takes folks about 5 to 10 minutes to do so. And we've been checking the givedaytampabay.org website to check out how much money folks have been donating. Check this out.
Deputy John R. Cutfilla, Jr. We're here to honor, we're here to reflect, and we are here to remember the men and women of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
He was always giving to people, giving to those less fortunate, and unfortunately made the ultimate sacrifice for somebody else.
Deputy John R. Cutfilla, Jr. will be in our hearts forever, and his name is now etched in our beautiful memorial wall here, which will endure the sands of time so that his legacy and contribution to mankind will never be forgotten. It is our charge today to honor and to never forget the spirit of service and sacrifice made by all these officers, so that all the rest of us can lead our lives and share the wonderful gifts of humanity that comes our way every day.
As parents, we've always been proud of our son and all of our kids. And he's always been a hero to us. But now just a lot more people know how much of a hero he actually was.
Okay, here's the start. Let's see how long this thing is.
The Transportation Security Administration saying that travelers can expect longer than normal wait times at security. Just this week at Chicago's Midway Airport, the security line wrapped around the building.
I think as long as we're getting here early and we know ahead of time, we know what to bring, what not to bring. I actually looked up things I wanted to bring and make sure it was okay. So I don't expect any issues.
At 4 a.m. this morning, the lines at TIA already forming.
There's no need to miss a flight for a holiday.
The TSA sending new screeners to the nation's busiest airports to deal with staffing concerns, but that won't come until mid-June. Travelers we spoke with this morning are hoping for a pain-free travel weekend.
We'll be able to get on our flight and everything will be fine. Tampa's better than a lot of other airports.
Over the next few weeks, nearly 800 additional TSA screeners will be brought on board to deal with the shortfalls. In the meantime, one flyer has a bit of advice to help you through the process.
Follow the instructions from the airlines and so forth and get here early, and they're recommending an hour and a half to 2 hours early before your flight just to get through security. So I recommend that.